what you're seeing right now between Mario and Hayward, and they're sort of functioning together? Is this as good as you've seen what they're doing as a duo server?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of a lot of people's efforts, truth be known. You know, when you're productive at running back, you're dependent on a lot of people. And I'm not saying that they're not playing the best ball of the year. I think they are. But I also think that we're playing well around them to help put them in position to be successful. So certainly they continue to improve, and I think of all of our units, they've made as much improvement as anyone in terms of how they play the game.
Coach, can you put that microphone a little bit closer to you?
You got it.
Have you found on that same run, have you found a better way to use the two now to wear the defenses down?
Well, you know, the plan coming in was to be at least two backs. Heck, I think it's possible to have three quality running backs and all of them to have production. We certainly have had that experience in the past. But you know, running back it's a position where you need depth. It's a position it requires a lot physically, and they certainly play well together. We've got tremendous production out of them here as of late. So, but certainly proud of both those guys, in particular how they've handled themselves this season. They've been good teammates. They've showed great leadership and continue to improve as players.
What's your thoughts on finding the right emotional balance in a rivalry?
I think that's a critical point for the week. You know, I think I told the guys yesterday, I said, you know, everyone is going to want to play well when we tee the ball up and kick it off. It's about what we do each and every day between here and there. You know, we've got to zero in on what's got us ready to play in the past and really stay the course and focus on our regimen and check each box every day in terms of our self-discipline and our approach. And then once we get to the game, similar to the experiences we've had in some of the other games, we've got to keep our poise, we've got to keep our composure, expect adversity, be at our best, embrace that, and play through it. And this Saturday certainly will be no different.
It's the last game of the year. Not getting into specifics, are you more apt to like throw more wrinkles than you did in previous games just because you know they have 11 games still on?
You know, I think at some point you kind of come to the grips with the fact that it's going to be about execution. It's not necessarily the plays as much as it is the togetherness, the unity, the chemistry that we have, the effort that we play with, the toughness that we play with, the fundamentals that we use, the decision making, the communication. So more than wrinkles, you know, our focus is on those things. Those are things that we can control. Those are things that have to do with our choices and our habits, and ultimately, typically, that decides the game.
I don't want to jinx you, Billy, but your running backs and your receivers have not lost a fumble.
Right.
How rare is that in your experience?
I think it's a product of a lot of hard work. I think it's a product of an initiative by our staff. I think our players understand turnover margin and how critical it is to win in football. We made a huge point of it coming in the door. Felt like that was one of the easiest ways that we can make improvement as a team is to eliminate some of the careless play with the ball and with our skill players and our quarterback. So more than anything, that's winning football in my opinion. You know, and I think that our players understand that. They take great pride in it. I think Coach Graham does an outstanding job of emphasizing things that lead to that. And we certainly have good practice habits, and it's a product of that. So hopefully we can continue to do that in the future.
Now that you've had some time together, what's it like to coach?
Well, it's outstanding. It's a great experience. I think you know, coming in the door, the thing that stood out to me was the discipline, you know, of the team. You know, I think just watching his teams from afar, from the very beginning here, the immediate improvement that he showed, and then you could see the discipline, you could see the chemistry within the team. We all know the adversity that the program's been through, and certainly it's been great to be a part of some of the improvement that we've made. So it's been a great experience and a wonderful learning experience. Learned quite a bit.
When you say the Arizona defense on film, what defense does it remind you of previous Pac-12?
They're their own entity. You know, I think they. I've got great respect for how hard they play. I think they play hard. I think they certainly known for their effort, their toughness. And they've got lots of variables. You know, they got lots of front variables and pressure variables. You know, they present problems to you. They're aggressive. They take chances, and certainly they've done a great job getting takeaways this season. In particular, interceptions with 17 on the year. So that's impressive. I think that's first in the Pac-12. So they get takeaways and partner that with their offense, and I think that's one of the reasons why they've had success.
Coach, I know this rivalry isn't as prominent as Alabama-Auburn, but just in your time here, have you noticed any similarities from what fans and players have told you this rivalry to the Alabama-Auburn rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, they're all, you know, when you got two football teams in the state, Power 5 football teams, we happen to be in the same conference, similar to Auburn and Alabama. I was at Clemson for 7 years total, so having been a part of that Clemson-South Carolina rivalry, all those, they're all the same in my opinion. You know, you can throw the records it's out. You know, we're going to go play and see who plays the best football that day. You know, during our scouting report, we've got a stat area, and I just took a marker and wrote through the whole deal, and I said, you know, it's going to be irrelevant. You know, we need to be ready to play, and the team that plays the best Saturday and plays winning football Saturday will win the game.
You got Frank Darby involved quite a bit this past week. What did he add?
Well, Frank's a guy that I think we got him a little bit late in spring. I think we had him last couple practices, but Frank's got a skill set that we can use. He gives us a little bit different deal. He's got some speed. He can stretch the field. And Frank's got a tremendous attitude in terms of his work ethic, how engaged he is in the meetings. He's one of our funnest players to coach, in my opinion. You know, just in terms of how he continues to work. He's made drastic improvement. Coach Likens has done a great job with him. And I think we've got other players that fit in that same category. So we've seen some younger players that have developed really coming to their own as the season's come along, and they've been able to contribute, and that's good to see.
It seems like A.J. McCollum has been playing basketball in recent weeks. Can you speak to his perseverance?
Yeah, A.J., I joke around with him all the time. The off-season program that we had was probably not his best showing, I would say. Having come off about an 8-week break, you can only imagine. But you know, what AJ's done is he's stayed the course. He's been through difficult times. He's really done what we asked him to do. He's lost tons of weight. He had a really great summer. He got himself in condition. We created competition because we felt like he needed it. He responded. And I think he gained some confidence from all the work and the investment that he's put forward. And he's got functional skill set. You know, the guy plays with leverage. He's crafty with his hands, and he's an intelligent player and does a lot for us in terms of communication. So he's won that job, and he's really played quality football here as of late. And I'm proud of him for responding the right way. Yeah, he was bent over a couple trash cans. You know, probably the first 4 weeks I was here, it was a daily occurrence. So we've been through thick and thin, and he's got his head above water now. So, and he's playing good ball for us, and that's good to see. I hope not. I'm staying on him about it. We'll see.
About the running game emerging in recent weeks, is that obviously coinciding the defensive line played much better in November than it did October?
Yeah, I think it's a product of a lot of people doing their job better, you know, and that's the key to the drill. I think, like most first year, you know, I think we have a lot of new people, especially on offense, and I think we, as a staff, we continue to grind away and keep hitting that tree and think our players have bought into what we're trying to get them to do, and we've seen improvement. So hopefully we can continue to improve, and certainly we know that rushing the ball for this football team in particular is part of the winning recipe, and something that we need to do on a consistent basis.
Coach, you haven't been here with Manny, DeMario, all of these seniors for quite some time, but you yourself have experience playing on a senior night. Can you talk about what it's going to mean to them to be out there for their last game at Sunday Stadium?
Well, in particular, being a rivalry game, and being a game that I think we all know the importance of, and it's something that they will be measured by to some degree. You know, happen to be senior day, happen to be against Arizona, so they're going to remember it the rest of their life for a couple different reasons. And I think that if anything, it's Thanksgiving week. You know, they're in preparation for their last home game, their last time representing this university, this team in particular, their family. I think it's a big deal, and I think it's a time to reflect on the growth that you've made as a person, you know, and I think it's a time for guys to really relish what they've been through, and go play their best. And to do that, it's critical that you stay focused on what you've got to do each day between now and the kickoff. So hopefully we can do that.
Any chance you'll ever miss one more time?
I think a lot of it, you know, like any player that we have, you know, it's production based, and you know, competition is critical in this game, and certainly we'll continue to have competition at every position going forward. But I think Nikhil is like every player that we have. I think he's continued to improve, and it's critical that he stays focused on the right things and has the self-discipline that's required to be a good player and represent our football team.
Thanks, Billy.
Thank you.